Live from Cork, Ireland. This is episode 20 of Tombstone TV. Yes, folks, we've made it to 20 episodes. And your first matchup this evening is a singles match in our women's division. This is Jazz Dancer. We will have Jazz Dancer taking on one of the Lord's Angels here tonight in singles action. And later on tonight, Jazz's sister, Private Dancer, will be taking on the other women's tag champ, the other of the Lord's Angels. As these two teams are going to do battle this weekend for the CWS Women's Tag Team Championship. So let's see how they fare in singles action. Give you a taste of what's in store coming up this weekend, folks, at the Violent Night pay-per-view. And folks, introducing now one half of the CWS Women's World Tag Team Champions. This is Faith Angels, representing the Lord's Angels. We rarely get to see Faith in singles action. Here since she's arrived at CWS, the first ever women's tag champs, the Lord's Angels. There's been no need for them to have singles matches as such. But you fans have demanded it. We want to see Jazz versus Faith, and we will see Private Dancer later on tonight versus Grace. Folks, we have a stacked show for you tonight. Bell rings, this thing's off. And straight away, Jazz gets Faith up and drops her with a power bomb. We know that Private Dancer spent a lot of time with Major Attraction while they were in the military together. Where Private Dancer was trained to wrestle by Major Attraction. Maybe Private's taught her sister a few things. Oh, and she catches the champ by the face with that knee. Oh, and a chin breaker by Faith to Jazz, and scooping Jazz up onto her shoulders. And look at this big time release here, folks. Faith, whoa, only good for a 1. Both of these women have come out swinging at the start of this thing, folks. Straight into the corner, big clothesline taking Jazz down, and Faith showing off to the crowd. Elbow to the back, launches Faith off the ropes, drop down, leapfrog. Jazz Dancer hits that shoulder tackle and neither women go down. But you're not going to stay standing when you get hit by Jazz's dropkick, now are ya? Faith down. Jazz answers back with an elbow to the face. And Jazz now going through the second and third ropes with a dive to the outside. Jazz Dancer can fly, folks. Stomping away now on Faith in those golden heels. Kicking away at the midsection, and the referees counted both these women out. Jazz launching Faith into those stairs. Kicking the back of Faith. And folks, normally you wouldn't get to see Private Dancer without Jazz. You wouldn't see Jazz without Private. You wouldn't see Faith without Grace. But just for tonight, folks, oh my God, Jazz goes for that second and third rope. Outside dive again and misses wildly. Face straight into the floor. Shucks a little disoriented. And now Faith's taking advantage with the suplex to the outside. And immediately Jazz just destroys my commentary and answers back with a double-footed dropkick. Faith now with Jazz up on her shoulders again. That fall from Grace on the outside. Faith gets whipped back into the ring by Jazz. Folks, I was going to say partners have been banned from ringside tonight as Faith drops Jazz with a neck breaker. We've seen recently the Lord's Angels, the Lord in particular, has been prone to interfering in these matches and causing a bit of a ruckus, a bit of a scene. We're not having that tonight. We want a fair contest on the road to Violent Night. All the shenanigans will happen on pay-per-view, folks. Let me assure you. Big time flapjack there. Jazz taking Faith down. And now Jazz going to the top rope, which we don't often see. Jazz with a big time leg drop from that top. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Big leg drop from the top. And Jasmine Dancer dances her way to victory in this one. advantage dancers so far, folks. We'll see later on tonight how Private Dancer gets on in her match with Grace Angels. Upcoming also, folks, tonight we have for you Darryl Walker will take on Royal Albert Tall. That's coming up next in singles action. Later on tonight, we're going to have Merle Walker versus Big Ben. Again, tag #1 contenders versus tag champs, but in singles action. Let's see who can get the advantage going into Violent Night. Folks, we will also have, this is a bit of a dream matchup here. Cara Del Diablo, after losing to the Platinum Kid and then beating the Platinum Kid, has called out longtime rival and mentor of the Platinum Kid. He's called out Carlos Reyes, folks. We're going to have Cara Del Diablo versus Carlos Reyes for you tonight. We'll also have Dudley Bai taking on Tyrion Castle in what has ultimately become a #1 contenders match. If Dudley can beat Tyrion, he's #1 contender. If Tyrion can beat Dudley, he becomes #1 contender for the Light Heavyweight Championship. We'll see who gets that opportunity later on tonight. And then in your main event of the evening, folks, Major Attraction tagging up with Eli Valentine against the #1 contender Dragon Noir and a mystery opponent ahead of the big clash inside Hell in a Cell at Violent Night. Big show, folks. What are you waiting for? Come back for part 2. This is part 2, episode 20 of Tombstone TV. This is the voice of Bullet Bone Awesome. I am your host, the voice of Championship Wrestling Series, BVA. And folks, making his way to the ring right now, one of the #1 contenders for the Men's Tag Team Championships. This is Darryl Walker, representing the Walkers Undead. His brother Merle has a matchup later on tonight as well, as the #1 contenders will individually take on the tag team champions in singles action. We don't often get to see the Walkers in singles action here, folks, so tonight is full of treats, full of surprises. We've already seen Jazz Dancer beat Bait in a singles match. Upcoming, we'll have Private Dancer take on Grace Angels. As I said, Merle versus Big Ben. Carlos Reyes will fight Cara Del Diablo for the first time in years, folks. Dudley Bai, alongside his brother Hardy, will take on Tyrion Castle, who will have Theon in his corner, no doubt. Dudley has had to fight on episode 17, where he beat the Platinum Kid. He fought on episode 18, where he beat Eli Valentine. He fought on episode 19, where he beat Theon Castle. His brother Hardy arranged with management that if Dudley can win all 4 matches, he'll become #1 contender for the Light Heavyweight Championship and will face each other for that championship at the Violent Night pay-per-view. But first, Dudley has to make it through Tyrion Castle, and then in the main event of the evening, folks, we have Major Attraction with his newfound ally, Eli Valentine, in a tag team match against Dragon Noir and a mystery partner ahead of the Violent Night main event, the Hell in a Cell matchup between Major Attraction and Dragon Noir, the #1 contender. Folks, this is going to be a stacked show. We will also be announcing the rest of the stipulations and matches ahead of the Violent Night card. Ren will take on Aerial Wrestler. Folks, that's going to be a submissions match. There's going to be a fatal 4-way Intercontinental Championship match between Zachary Evans, St. James Park, Fabian Niels, and Will Richards for the IC title. We'll announce some more matches as the night goes on. Bell rings, and this one's launched very fast, very hard. Darryl's already knocked Royal Albert Tall to the outside. I didn't even give Royal Albert Tall his introductions, folks. He's one half of the tag team champions. I didn't mean any disrespect. He's representing the team of Big and Tall. But Darryl seems to have his number so far. And as I say it, Royal enters back with some elbows and some big stiff shots. Folks, I've been promoting Violent Night so recklessly, so positively, I forgot to call the action. Royal Albert Tall climbing up to the top turnbuckle. We don't often see this, and a massive leg drop off the top. We just saw Jazz Dancer win a match with a chop rope leg drop. So let's not take a move like that for granted. Royal dragging Daryl to the center of the ring, and one kick out at one by one of the number one contenders. The Walkers Undead are survivalists, survival experts. They'll do what they can to survive, folks. Daryl will do all he can to stay in this one. Taking the fight to Royal Albert Hall at the back, driving his elbow into the back, and a big time clothesline turns Royal Albert Hall inside out. Folks, you can see the posters in the background along the barricades there for the Violent Night pay-per-view. Join us this weekend for the most violent night of the year. We're going to have the 12 matches of Christmas. And this matchup is going to sell tickets to one of them at least. The tag team matchup in the men's division. We've got the Walkers Undead versus Big and Tall. Oh my God, neckbreaker. Daryl takes Royal down, and Royal just no-sells it right back up to his feet. Whips Daryl off the ropes, evades, gets in behind, captures both the arms, double underhook, suplex, and Royal Albert Hall is fired up. Daryl lifts Royal up into a bear hug, center of the ring. Could this be it? Will there be a submission victory here? Or will Royal fight out? Royal drives the elbows into the back of Daryl. And a big ear clap. Daryl's forced to release that one. Royal Albert Hall picks Daryl up and drops him throat burst across the top rope. Royal picks Daryl up. Big right hand, left hand, backhand, uppercut. The Royal special. Daryl rolls to the outside, and Royal is already out there waiting for him. And look at that with that big elbow. He measured it, and now goes for the knee, and he's rocked from that one. Daryl goes for a shoulder tackle, and Royal just fobs him off and edges back with a tackle of his own. Daryl goes down and is whipped into the steps. Big right hand chop. Royal Albert Hall catches Daryl Walker by the neck and just lifts him over his head. And again, Royal Albert Hall goes for that knee and misses, giving Daryl the opportunity to get back into the ring. Royal Albert Hall goes for a rugby-like tackle. Daryl evades it and answers back with some punches. Whips Royal off the ropes and gets a big shoulder tackle. This time he takes Royal Albert Hall off his feet. Daryl flexing on the apron here to show his strength, only to come back into the ring. It's almost as if Daryl forgot this is a singles match. He went out onto the apron as if waiting to tag. Daryl misses with the punch. Royal Albert Hall connects with one. And now Royal lifts Daryl up into a suplex. And Daryl sneaks up behind, drops down, catches Royal around the waist, elbow to the back, drops down. And Royal Albert Hall answers Daryl with an uppercut. Royal Albert Hall this time connects, driving the knee into the bicep of Daryl. And now he's captured the leg, and big time driver here. Royal Albert Hall. 1, 2. Kick out at 2 by Daryl Walker. Daryl doesn't want to let his sight down, and look at that, straight from lying down on the mat. Royal Albert Hall just scooped Daryl up and dropped him, big back body, dropped to the floor. Daryl's fired up, Royal Albert Hall is fired up, neither man wants to lose this one. Look at this underhook suplex. Royal Albert Hall has been favoring that a lot recently. I must ask him, does he have a special name for that one going forward, seeing as I call it a lot. And now, Royal Albert Hall has that sharpshooter locked in. He stepped through dead center of the ring. Is Daryl going to tap out, or is he going to get out of it? Can he fight his way through the pain? Or will Royal Albert Hall get the victory? He's wrenched back, and now Daryl launching Royal Albert Hall forward, and a big clothesline taking Albert Hall down. Oh, ducks down, and a big back body drop. Daryl in his element right now. Big spine buster. Daryl is measuring Royal Albert Hall. Takes him to the outside. DDT-like maneuver for sure. Daryl's DDT. Royal Albertal seems stunned, folks. He's out on his back. Daryl goes for the cover. Might have taken too much time, folks. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 by Royal Albertal. Daryl was in his own head there, folks. Maybe listening to some voices or something, because he took too long. And now Daryl measuring Royal Albertal, and over the top rope he leaps straight to the outside with a clothesline, taking Royal Albertal down. Daryl Walker pumping up the crowd. He's flexing, he's showing off his muscles, taking the fight in the outside of Royal Albertal. Daryl whips Royal back into the ring. Could this be it, folks? Daryl Walker up to the top rope and off the top with a big time elbow off the top rope. Daryl Walker kicks Royal to the gut, scoops him up. Domination. Center of the ring. 1, 2, 3. That's it, folks. Daryl Walker has just pinned one half of the CWS Tag Team Champions. Daryl Walker pulling one out for his team as he just pinned Royal Albertal in singles action ahead of the tag clash coming up at the Violent Night pay-per-view. Advantage Walkers. How will Merle get on as he takes on Big Ben later on tonight? But first, Private Dancer has to go through Grace Angels. Folks, come back for part 3, episode 20. Tombstone TV, thanks for joining us. This is part 3, episode 20, Tombstone TV, and this is a singles matchup between two women who fought each other an awful lot in tag matches. But folks, this is their first singles encounter together. Introducing first, one of the number 1 contenders for the Women's Tag Team Championships of CWS. This is Private Dancer. We saw Private Dancer's sister earlier tonight in singles action against Faith Angels, where Jazz Dancer was successful in that encounter. Will Private Dancer also be successful in her match here against Grace Angels, one of the tag champs, one of the Lord's Angels, ahead of their women's tag team matchup clash at the Violent Night pay-per-view this weekend, folks. It's a premium event coming to you this weekend, presented to you by Championship Wrestling Series. And here we go. This is the other half of the Women's Tag Team Champions. This is Grace Angels. She has no time for the crowd here. Usually we see Grace would have faith with her. We'd see the Lord in her corner. But tonight, no partners when it comes to the tag team matches at Violent Night. We're going to have no partners allowed ringside. We want all the shenanigans to happen on pay-per-view. Folks, I have been told that after this matchup we will announce the stipulation for the women's tag match at Violent Night between the Dancers and the Angels. That will be announced at the end of this matchup. Bell rings and it's just started. We've got Private Dancer scooping up Grace Angels with the suplex and drops her straight away on the back, right out of the gate. Private Dancer measures her, drops her with that elbow. Private Dancer now catches the arm and a big boot to Grace. Ref stamp for count 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 by Grace Angels. Private Dancer is going to have to do a little bit more than that to pin the champ. Big stomp to the back of the head of Grace Angels. And Grace runs for a big leaping clothesline and misses. And Private takes Grace down with another big kick to the head, measures her up and drives that elbow back into the mat. Private Dancer now torquing at the knee. Grace Angels. And stomping the knee into the mat. Stomping the back of the leg and again winding up and dropping that elbow onto the tag champion. Grace now fired up, big backbreaker. And another backbreaker, 2 consecutive backbreakers to Private Dancer. Grace Angels catches Private by the hair and bounces her head into the mat. Private rolls to the outside. Grace climbing up to the top turnbuckle. Has Private measured, and Grace dives to the outside with a crossbody. Private Dancer evades it. And now Private dives from the top rope herself with a giant shoulder tackle, taking Grace down. Grace is on fire in this one. Taking the time to taunt the crowd might have taken too long though, as Grace gets up, locks up with Private and launches her into the ring. But Private answers back with a running shoulder tackle, taking Grace to the mat. Grace, the power of Private Dancer to scoop Grace up straight from the mat into a power slam. And now Grace answers back with a big right hand and a chop and an open hand slap, and taking Private Dancer down to the mat, flat, kick to the face. Grace now taunting Private Dancer. This thing's been going back and forth. Stomp across the face. And a big drop kick. Grace now catches Private by the arms and stands on her hair and wrenches away at that. You won't get a pinfall off of that one, but you will piss him off. Kick to the gut punches. And then, oh my God, gory special. Grace Angel is now going for the cover after these consecutive beatings. 1, 2, and Private Dancer kicks out at 2. And an It Factor. Angel's taking Private Dancer down with an It Factor. Twists the arm, bends it back. But Private Dancer fights her way out of it. Big right hand to Grace. But a big leaping forearm. Grace takes Private down. And now Grace again looking to fly. Can the Angel fly successfully? Big elbow from that top rope. And a cover. 1, 2. And a kick out at 2 by Private Dancer. Grace climbing to the outside, taunting Private Dancer on the apron with a little dance of her own. Stomp to the gut. Bounces Private's head off that mat. And a stomp into the upturned elbow. And a cover. 1, 2, and a kick out of 2 by Private Dancer. Private Dancer now slides to the outside. Grace goes out to join her. Big slap from Private Dancer. Wraps her arms around the waist of Grace, lifts her up. And now knees to the face of Grace on the outside and the floor. Private Dancer taking the time to pump up the crowd. And this time she had the time to do it. Big headbutt to Grace Angels. Refs count up to 3. And Angel somehow twists the arm and follows through, knocking Private to the ground. Private drives her elbows to the sternum of Grace, scoops her up, and a big fall-away slam. Outside on the floor, we've got Private Dancer launching Grace back into the ring. Refs count up to 6. Private Dancer makes her way back into the ring. She's got her in her sights, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that big boot to the face. Grace Angels goes down. Private Dancer bouncing the head of the champ off the mat. Private Dancer smelling blood in the water, I feel. Kick to the gut. Club to the back. Private Dancer measuring Grace Angels, who's pulling herself up into the corner here. Needs the support of the turnbuckle. Private lifting Grace up to the top turnbuckle. What's she gonna do here? Follows Grace up to the top. Scoops her up in a giant fall-away slam from the top rope. Avalanche fall-away slam, and Private Dancer again picking Grace up. Running power slam. Private Dancer chop, right hands. And oh my God, where did Grace find the strength to do that? Runs and clotheslines Private outside over the top rope to the floor. Grace in the ring. Private follows her back in. Kick to the gut. Grace somehow has turned the momentum in this one. Launches Private Dancer off the apron. Then a big time spine buster. Angels takes Dancer down with a big spine buster. And now, Angels, oh my God, fall from Grace. Center of the ring. 1, 2, 3. Grace, Angels somehow pulls it back and gets the victory off of that fall from Grace. Private Dancer loses. So we've got 1 victory for a Dancer, 1 victory for an Angels ahead of their tag team showdown at Violent Night, folks, where the CWS Women's Tag Championships will be decided in a TLC match. It's going to be tables, ladders, and chairs. Oh my. The Women's Tag Team Championship match at the Violent Night pay-per-view. That's it for part 3. Come back for part 4 when we will have Merle Walker take on Big Ben, the Tower of London, in singles action ahead of their tag team matchup. Clash at the Violent Night. Folks, welcome back. Part 4. Tombstone TV, episode 20. That's right, we got to 20 episodes, folks. Let's see how far we can get this thing going. If you're with us from the start, thank you very much for subscribing. Like the videos, comment below, do all the YouTube stuff, share with your friends. Please, the algorithm. That would help me a lot, and I greatly appreciate it. On behalf of all the staff here at Championship Wrestling Series, I want to thank you for interacting with us and supporting the content so far. Find us on TikTok, on X or Twitter, whatever you call it, Instagram, and especially here on YouTube. This next matchup will yeah, that happened. Yeah, leaving that in. This next matchup will have one of the tag team #1 contenders. This is Merle Walker. We saw his brother Daryl in action earlier tonight, where Daryl pinned one of the tag champs, Royal Albert Tall. Merle, will he be able to do the same now as he takes on the Tower of London himself, Big Ben, the other half of the CWS World's Tag Team Champions? This will be a great match. These are 2 big men representing the Walkers Undead. Merle Walker readies himself for a battle. Folks, it's been a while since we've seen him in singles action. Since he's had those battles with Loco Lobo Azul. But this is the Tower of London himself. One half of the CWS World's Tag Team Champions. This is Big Ben. Big Ben ready to take on Merle Walker. And what I'm sure is going to be a barn burner, a banger of a match. Big Ben taking the time to taunt and pump up the crowd, getting the place ready. Ahead of his giant showdown here with Merle Walker.
Pure blood in these veins like royalty being spilled. Telling secrets, dropping fools with no regrets. Tower of London, that's Big Ben. From Buckingham, that chokeslam, Royal Albert Hall. Selling tickets, dropping fools, no regrets.
Folks, we're but a few days away from the Violent Night. I assure you it's going to be the most violent night of the year for Championship Wrestling Series. And the ref has rung the bell. Merle Walker taking the fight to Big Ben right under the bat. Punches and kicks and a big DDT. Merle standing on the arm here. Stamping on the fingers and hand of Big Ben. He's mounted the back of Big Ben. I suppose Big Ben can't get any offense in if you're sitting on his back. Might be the safest place to be if you're Merle Walker right now. Merle knows how to survive, folks. He knows how to hunt and take down big game. And there's not much game bigger than Big Ben. Merle off the top rope with a double axe handle, and he takes Big Ben down. Kick to the head of Big Ben. Big Ben jumps up, and there's the freaky athleticism we sometimes see out of Big Ben. Big running close crossbody, the biggest running crossbody in CWS. And the Tower of London just military pressing Merle over his head. Does a couple of press-ups with him and releases the man flat to the mat. Big Ben with a running leg drop. The speed of this guy is freaky. Big whip and chop. And the speed again. Big Ben gut wrench release. And look at this. Big Ben's just showing off here, folks. Stomping across the face of Merle. Big Ben. Big bear hug. He's got Merle in the center of the ring, trapped in that bear hug. A bear trap almost. Elbows to the back of Big Ben's neck. And a big ear clap there. Big Ben forced to release that one. And a big right hand from Merle. Kick. And look at Merle taking Big Ben down into a triangle choke. It might be Merle's best interest to go after submission maneuvers and chop away at the big tree that is Big Ben. But Ben is fighting his way out of it. Big Ben underhooking the arms here. Merle and launching him with the suplex over the top of his head. Releasing Ben. Oh, big pile driver. We don't often see pile drivers here in CWS. But Big Ben loves a pile driver. Scoops him up. And just running. Power slam. Big Ben going for the cover off the pile driver and the back-to-back power slam. But luckily for Merle, he survives it with a rope break assist. Big right hand, skips him up, and look at that, just dropping Merle on the flat of his back. Big Ben slides to the outside. Merle rolls to the outside and the other side, trying to catch his breath. Big Ben taking his time here, folks, and Big Ben up to the top rope. Folks, we don't often see the big man fly. What's the Tower of London doing? Merle, unawares, getting up to his feet, and Big Ben from the top rope goes for a double-footed top rope drop kick to the outside and misses. It's all the advantage Merle needs. Gets Ben back up and drops him again with a DDT. Whips Ben back into the ring. Merle might be going for the cover here, folks. Nope, Ben right up to his feet and two gut punches, and again a release over the head. Underhook suplex of sorts. Big Ben taking the time to taunt Merle. Kick to the back. Bounces off the ropes and a big leg drop. Big Ben whipping the hand of Merle off the mat here. And again another leg drop, but this time Ben misses. Merle evades, and oh my god, look at that for a side suplex. Merle getting a side suplex on Ben. Who saw that coming? Kick to the gut. And again, Uranagi. That Walker's bite. 1, 2, and Ben kicks out of the Walker's bite somehow, some way. Merle punching away at the face of Ben again on the back, the safest place in the ring that Merle could be. And now choking the life out of Big Ben. Talking a little trash, maybe a lot of trash. Merle climbing to the top rope. Ben keeps up. Merle thought he had the time, and he somehow does. Ben's punch missed wildly. Merle gets the double axe handles off the top. Now stomping away in the Tower of London. Big Ben clubbing blows again to the face. Merle's just clubbing away at Big Ben. Merle might think he has the advantage right now. This is the time to strike. And Big Ben answers back with a kick to his head. And he says, no, Merle, this isn't it. I'm not done yet, son. Big Ben carrying Merle over, drops him throat first across that top rope. Big Ben gets kicked to the head. This is back and forth. Big Ben slides to the outside. Merle follows him out there. Big Ben skips him up. Electro chair drop to the outside. I think Merle may have hit his head on the barricade on the way down. Big Ben launching Merle up the ramp, folks. Up the walkway. This isn't a tag team title match, folks. You can't win by count out. Maybe that's going to be the technique chosen by these men. As Big Ben takes all his weight and sits across the arm of Merle. Big Ben now kicking the back and Merle. Rest count up to 5. Collar and elbow tie up here. Merle with a big headbutt to Big Ben. Big Ben seems to have changed his junior. He's climbing back towards the ring. Merle preventing that. And now dropping Big Ben with... No! Looked like he's going for a neck breaker. Released it and drove his elbow to the back of Big Ben's neck instead. Rest count up to 7. And Merle now tossing Ben up the rampway. Merle sliding back into the ring at the rest count of 8. Will Big Ben be able to make it back into the ring? It's like rest count up to 9. Big Ben's too far away. Is he going to make it back in? Oh, just by a hair. Big Ben not happy with the count out. Look at that. That bucking ham choke slam. Big Ben, after almost being counted out by Merle, just catches the man by the throat. Bucking and choke slam. 1, 2, and 3. Just like that. Big Ben gets the win for his team. So, folks, one of the dancers won the match. One of the angels won a match. One of the walkers won a match. And now one of Royal Albert Hall and Big Ben have won a match. These teams are as even as you can be in singles action. When it gets to the pay-per-view, we will find out which duo will win. And folks, I'm just getting word in my ear. The men's tag team title matchup at the pay-per-view Violent Night coming up this weekend. It's gonna be an elimination tables match, if that's possible. I haven't actually checked the steps, and if it's not, it won't be elimination, it'll just be a tables match. But either way, it's going to be a tables match of sorts at the pay-per-view. Who's going to be your tag champs at the end of the Violent Night? Will it be Walker's Undead or the team of Big and Tall? Can they retain? Find out at Violent Night, folks. Join us for the pay-per-view. But before that, come back for part 5 of this show, where we're going to have Carlos Reyes take on Cara del Diablo in a singles match. Come back for part 5. This is part 5, episode 20, Tombstone TV. And ladies and gentlemen, making his way to the ring for a singles matchup, this is Carlos Reyes. New look and new gear here for Carlos Reyes. Looking mighty fine there as he makes his way to the ring with his protege, the Platinum Kid. We've seen the Platinum Kid take on Carlos's opponent here tonight for the last 2 weeks, and he is 1-1 against Carlos's upcoming opponent. It's been a long time since Carlos Reyes has stepped foot in the ring with this guy. A long-time nemesis of Carlos and a one-time friend. Introducing his opponent. Ladies and gentlemen, he is not alone. Could this be? Folks, yes it is. Making his way to the ring to fight in singles actions tonight against Carlos Reyes. This is Cara del Diablo. And this, in purple, folks, this is Cara del Miedo. Cara del Miedo making his debut here at Championship Wrestling Series. The brother of Cara del Diablo, Cara del Miedo, is here. What does this mean for the landscape of Championship Wrestling Series? What does this mean for Tombstone TV? Now that we have got Caras de las Muertes back together again, are these guys going to team up here? It looks that way. This is unexpected to say the least, but Cara del Diablo and Cara del Miedo are both here. And suddenly, things just get interesting on Tombstone TV. Cara del Diablo Carlos Reyes with his new look. Ref rings the bell. Here we go, straight away. Del Diablo off the ropes, head scissors, tilt-a world takedown. Look at this. Carlos springs back up to his feet and gets Irish whipped. And look at this, running up the man with the drop kick, back flip. Del Diablo throws Carlos Reyes into the corner and follows through with an uppercut and a kick into the corner. And look at this offense, springboarding himself over the top rope and a leg cutter across the back of the head of Carlos Reyes. Del Diablo, top rope, and look at this with a diving Diablo splash. Cara Del Diablo taking the fight to Carlos Reyes here on Tombstone TV. Platinum Kid on the outside doesn't like the look at this. Diablo with a standing shooting star. This thing has been all Diablo so far. Carlos Reyes fights to the outside and uses the ropes to pull himself back up. Veteran instincts of Reyes gets the knee up, and look at this springboard. He misses the crossbody. Diablo evades it. And now Diablo taunting the downed Reyes. Kick to the back. Diablo is measuring the man. Running clothesline. Diablo catches the leg, spins through, takes the leg. Diablo now going for the cover. Platinum Kid on the outside is not thrilled by this. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 by Carlos Reyes. Del Diablo now picking the man up again, goes for a stunner, and oh my god, evaded, but he caught him with that Hurricane Rana, which defeated the Platinum Kid last week. But look, the veteran instincts of Carlos Reyes. He makes it to the bottom rope, which is forcing the referee and Diablo to break up that pinfall. Diablo kick in the back, that soccer style kick to the back of Carlos Reyes. He might have picked that up in Europe, maybe in Mexico. And look at that, a dropkick to the down back of Carlos Reyes, who gets up again, spins through the arm and drops the man. Big leg drop, Carlos Reyes. Leg drop across the chest of Diablo. And now look at him stretching at the arm. Reyes reaches under, and he's got this submission hold locked in. Is Diablo going to tap? Has Reyes got this one? Or no, looks like Diablo's fought his way out of it. And look at that big arm drag taking Carlos Reyes down. Diablo's measuring him again. Whips. Oh, and look at that. Very deceptive agility coming out of Del Diablo. And he's been measured. And look at that, folks. Diablo with his version of the special buy. 1, 2, and a kick out of 2. That was going late here, folks. I thought that might have been it. Del Diablo shooting his shot at the Hardy and Dudley buy, who also like to use that maneuver. It's known here as the special buy in CWS, but Del Diablo might have his own name for it. As look as he steps up and front flips over the top rope to the outside, taking Carlos Reyes down. And he's mocking the Platinum Kid now, mocking Carlos Reyes with these taunts. And he hits a right hand for good measure. Tossed up the ramp as the ref hits 4. These men fighting now in the rampway. This bitter rivalry, and look at that. Del Diablo taking Reyes down, who answers back with a kick to the head. And another kick. Diablo, Reyes fighting on the ramp. Whips back towards the ring. Reyes doesn't quite make it. Is Diablo going to break the count? Yes. Diablo's back into the ring by the count of 8. But Reyes is still down as the referee counts 9. And that's it, folks. Cara Del Diablo beats his longtime rival by count out victory. Carlos Reyes and the Platinum Kid will not be thrilled with that one. But Cara Demiedo seems to be a good luck charm here in the corner of Cara Del Diablo. That was a great showing. I imagine this isn't the last we've seen of these two. in the ring against maybe the Platinum Kid and Carlos Reyes, who have to be disappointed with the outing tonight. But folks, that's the end of part 5. Caras de las Muertes standing tall over the team of Carlos Reyes and the Platinum Kid. Come back next, we're going to see Dudley Bai take on Tyrion Castle in what is ultimately a number 1 contenders match for the Light Heavyweight Championship and Championship Wrestling Series. So come back for that next. This is part 6 of episode 20, Tombstone TV. And for the last few weeks, Dudley Bai has been fighting his heart out, trying to earn a shot at the CWS Light Heavyweight Championship. The champion is Dudley's own brother, Hardy Bai. As you can see, on the way to the ring here, Dudley, with the short hair, the one without the championship belt. Dudley has a match tonight, and if he wins, he becomes the number 1 contender for the CWS Light Heavyweight Championship, and he will fight his brother, Hardy Bai, the champion, at our upcoming pay-per-view premium event, The Violent Night. Dudley has fought on the last 4 episodes of Tombstone TV and convincingly won each of those matches. He has defeated the Platinum Kid, who we saw earlier this evening in the corner of Carlos Reyes. He defeated Eli Valentine, who you will see next in the main event this evening in a tag team matchup. He defeated Theon Castle last week on Tombstone TV, and tonight he's fighting Theon's brother Tyrion Castle. If any man had defeated Dudley en route to Violent Night, he would have become the number 1 contender for the Light Heavyweight Championship, and no man yet has done so. Will Tyrion Castle be the wall put up that separates Hardy from Dudley Bai? Will Tyrion Castle stop the brothers Bai from getting their dreamed one-on-one matchup for a championship title on pay-per-view? Tyrion would love to be the bump on the road, the pothole in the path to the Violent Night for Dudley Bai. The stakes have never been higher in singles competition for these men. It all comes down to this: Dudley Bai, Tyrion Castle, 2 usually their tag competitors. Bell rings, and look at this, it's a new look here for Tyrion Castle. Shaved head, this bronze burgundy armor plated with gold. He wants a bit more gold around that waist of his, and look at that gut wrench release power bomb like maneuver here. Tyrion Castle, rough and rugged as ever, wants to stop Dudley, wants to fight Hardy himself on pay-per-view. And look at that, a big kick taking Dudley Bai down. Dudley must be tired. He has fought on the last 3 shows. This makes at least 4 in a row. And look at that big moonsault from the top, and Tyrion misses wildly with that moonsault. Dudley's turned the tides just a little bit and answers back with these punches to the face. Look at this back and forth between these 2 men. Dudley whipped off the ropes, and Tyrion, oh my god, look at that tilted world backbreaker, and he goes for the cover. This could be it, folks. 1 and a kick out at 1. Dudley Bai does not want to lose his title opportunity like that. And look at that from the floor, just lifts him straight up and power bombs Dudley again. Even if Dudley makes it to the pay-per-view, will he be at 100% to fight his own brother? Look at that spear through the apron to the outside, and Dudley Bai goes down right beside Hardy. Tyrion now climbing to the top rope. Is he going to jump over Hardy to get to Dudley? And he does, straight over Hardy Boy, out to the outside, and takes Dudley Boy down. Dudley enters back with some low kicks and tosses Tyrion back into the ring as the ref counts to 2. Dudley launches himself over the top rope. Oh, referee's in the way. And look, springboard here. Look at this offense here. Dudley Boy with the springboard bulldog, taking Tyrion Castle down. These tag team competitors proving to everyone that they are well capable of fighting their own battles here in singles action. Oh my god, look at that. Tyrion bounces face first off that referee. Dudley whips him off again, goes for a Hurricane Rana, and Tyrion evades it. Evades the right hand, but can't evade the kick to the gut. Dudley whipping Tyrion back into that corner, and look, he follows it up with a quick elbow into the corner right in front of Hardy Boy. Will Dudley be at 100% if he makes it to the Violent Night? Hardy has been in his corner every matchup. Some people I've seen online have speculated that Hardy's actually scouting Dudley, making him weaker, maybe tiring him out for the pay-per-view. Maybe he'll take advantage, but surely not. It's his own brother. And look at that! Dudley just hit Tyrion with one of the Castle's own move, the Fall of Rome, taking him down. Dudley Boy measuring Tyrion, and look at that step up somersault to the outside. Tyrion taken down. The momentum seems to be with Dudley now. The referee has to start the count again. If the referee makes it to 10, whoever's outside gets disqualified. So look at that evasion by Tyrion, who ducks and lifts Dudley onto his shoulders, spins him right round, and oh my god, look at the impact. But Dudley keeps right back up, goes for that drop kick, evasion. Tyrion has the answer to a lot of Dudley's problems. He must have been watching the match. Maybe Hardy wasn't the only one scouting Dudley by the last few weeks. Tyrion tosses Dudley back into the ring. Refs count up to 8. Both these men going all out here, and look at that collision, double shoulder tackle. Neither man goes down. Dudley ducks under, gets that floating DDT, taking Tyrion down, and now center of the ring. Dudley Boy, Tyrion on the mat. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 by Tyrion Castle. Stomp across the back, and a standing shooting star to follow it up. Dudley Boy. Now, look at that, driving the ankle of Tyrion Castle flat to the mat, and another standing shooting star press. Dudley. Look at that. My god, Dudley flies. And now Dudley with the clothesline, taking Tyrion down. Follows up another clothesline. Catches the foot, spins through, takes out the ankle. Dudley Boy is feeling it, folks. He's picking Tyrion up. And now Dudley, oh no, Tyrion fights back, kick to the gut. Tyrion, Dudley up, and look at this, folks. Fall of Rome, he's got it. This could be it, folks, center of the ring. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. Dudley, the underdog, will not have his story finished like that. He kicks right back up as with the Castle. And look, folks, special boy, Dudley, he's up the legs, press down. 1, 2, 3! Ladies and gentlemen, Dudley Boy has done it. He answered the challenge set by Hardy Boy and management. He has fought back-to-back on 4 episodes of Tombstone TV. And he won each matchup. Platinum Kid, Eli Valentine, Theon and Tyrion Castle could not stop it. These boys must be delighted with themselves as they get to face off against each other. Only one can be on top. You see Dudley say it right there. They're brothers, they're best friends. But on the Violent Night, they're going to be on the opposite side of the ring from one another, vying for that light heavyweight championship. Dudley versus Hardy. The match is official. And ladies and gentlemen, the match. It's going to be a ladder match. Join us for the main event, where we have tag team action. The team of Eli, Valentine, and Major Attraction will take on Dragon Noir and a mystery opponent. Who could it be? Find out next on Tombstone TV. This is your main event of the evening. Folks, we are on episode 20 of Tombstone TV, and your main event tonight is a tag team matchup between the World's Heavyweight Champion and the number one contender, as well as partners of theirs. Introducing first, this guy is Eli Valentine. We have seen Eli since the inception of Championship Wrestling Series. Since Tombstone TV has launched, he has been on our roster. He was even on episode 1, where he was in a triple threat match with Dr. Dermot Allerton and Fabian Nils, absolute champions in their own right. He was in a losing effort that night, and at least one of his opponents tonight, in Dragon Noir, is also on that card, where he beat the Platinum Kid. And folks, would you believe it, tonight, 20 weeks later, they are in the main event of Tombstone TV. Shows career progression here at CWS. Everybody knows the name of Eli Valentine. He's on a bit of a mean streak right now. Eli not on the best run of form, hoping to turn things around, hoping his buddy may help him get a win in the volume here tonight. And folks, this guy usually comes down last as the World's Heavyweight Champion, but this is not a title fight tonight. This is a tag team matchup. So introducing to you now, on his way to the ring, the CWS World's Heavyweight Champion. This is the American Patriot. This is Major Attraction. And Major Attraction is ready here tonight, ahead of his Hell in a Cell match in the main event of the upcoming pay-per-view, our premium event, the Violent Night. He is going to tag up tonight with Eli Valentine against the number one contender, Dragon Noir, and his mystery partner. Rumor has it even Dragon doesn't know who his partner tonight is. We'll all find out together, I suppose. Join us this weekend for the Violent Night pay-per-view. Now we await the tag team competitors, who will be facing Major Attraction and Eli Valentine here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, I do not believe it. This is the return of Ultimo Thunder, and he looks fantastic. He is in the shape of his life, and he's got great new gear. Ultimo Thunder has been away from CWS for months now, and of course he'd be the partner of Dragon Noir. These two are bitter rivals. They have been at each other's throats for months. Towards the start of Tombstone TV, these guys had a battle. They went back and forth on TV and on pay-per-view. Ultimately, it culminated in a feature shot ladder match on the Survivor Slam, which Ultimo Thunder won, and we haven't seen him since. And folks, how will Dragon Noir respond to being a partner of his biggest rival here at Championship Wrestling Series? Tonight they need to tag up. Just a few days ahead of the biggest match of Dragon Noir's career, the Mind Games at play in this one. Dragon Noir usually so stoic, hard to read, but you can imagine what's going through his mind right now, just ahead of the biggest match of his life. And this ghost comes back to haunt him. Dragon Noir himself had a short hiatus after losing that feature shot ladder match at the Survivor Slam. Came back a few months ago at Contenders. Lost Contenders 4, but won Contenders 5, and Dragon Noir is your number one contender. He will main event Violent Night, the most violent night of the year. Championship Wrestling Series. Most violent night in our history, no doubt. Hell in a Cell with Major Attraction, and now this ghost from his past has turned up, and they're going to have to team up. Folks, I am excited for this one. Ultimo Thunder, Dragon Noir. What would their team name be? Ultimo Noir Thunder? Thunder Noir? I'll leave that one up to you guys to decide in the comments below. And Ultimo Dragon's going to start... Ultimo Thunder, is going to start this one off, and straight away gut wrench up by Eli. Look at this, Eli Valentine taking Ultimo Thunder down. Ultimo Thunder might have a bit of ring rust. Folks, he hasn't been in action in months as he gets his head pounded and bounced off the mat. Ultimo Thunder. I'm lost for words. I can't believe he has come back on such short notice, the mystery partner of Dragon Noir. How will this thing play out as Ultimo Thunder eats a knee to the face? Major Attraction on the outside, Dragon Noir on the outside. Eli Valentine hooks Ultimo up, and look at that, from a suplex position to a power bomb, rocking Ultimo Thunder, dropping him onto the flat of his back. Eli climbing to the top rope, and Dragon Noir punching Eli. This is such a strange situation, pushing Eli Valentine off the top rope to the flat of his back. Dragon Noir would usually do absolutely anything he could to inflict harm to Ultimo Thunder, who just gets German suplex by Eli Valentine. By now, Dragon Noir, the one reaching his hand out to make the tag to Ultimo Thunder. I told you a few weeks ago, guys, Dragon Noir changed his attitude. He's a different guy. He's embraced the fans. But surely that blood runs deep. And look at this, Eli Valentine absolutely rocking Dragon Noir with that Uranagi, and now Eli Valentine tags in the World Heavyweight Champion, who answers with a clothesline. That's evaded. Snapmare, Dragon slides down, and look at that drop kick to the champ. Everyone was saying online, everyone in the comments was talking about how Major Attraction is going to decimate Dragon Noir. The size advantage is too much, but folks, let's hope that this is a sign of things to come, that there's going to be a great matchup between these. That size doesn't count for everything. Speed, agility, and the ability to backflip might come in handy. Major Attraction goes, I've seen enough, and tags back into Eli. Eli now legal. Dragon Noir, Eli Valentine, center of the ring. Dragon, look at that. Oh my god. Arm drag release, dropping Valentine, and a big elbow right in front of Major Attraction. Dragon looks fantastic. He's got to be shocked at the sight of Ultimo Thunder, but he is doing really well. And look at this tag, Ultimo Thunder and Dragon Noir looking like a fantastic little unit here. Look at that double code breaker, knee to the back each to Eli Valentine, and now Ultimo Thunder with a quick whip and an arm drag and a cover one. Eli Valentine kicks out at one. I am shocked, guys. Ultimo Thunder being back, this is fantastic. He's a firm fan favorite, but we haven't seen him in months. And the idea of him tagging with Dragon Noir, even if it's just for one night, is so sweet. We are blessed to see this one here tonight. Ultimo Thunder now is whipped off the ropes by Major Attraction, and Eli Valentine answering back with some tag team offense of their own. It's great to see these guys utilizing tag offense. And look at this, Dragon Noir straight away in to break up the count. Eli Valentine locks up a Dragon and whips him out. Major now stalking Ultimo. Big kick to the back, the size difference between these two. This is outrageous, the size of Major Attraction putting all his weight across the back of Ultimo Thunder. And now Ultimo still prone and gets his knee driven into the mat, but kips right back up. Major is shocked at this as well, and look, Ultimo Thunder gets out of it and answers big right hand. He rocks the champ. Ultimo Thunder now, he's got a stretch locked in. He's stretching the champ. Dragon Noir excited by what he's seeing, but no, Major Attraction gets out of it. Arm drag takes Thunder down, and now he's applying his own. Oh, look at that, weight across the back again. Major Attraction now stomping into the back of the arm of Ultimo Thunder, who seems to be working his way out of this ring rust. But he had his chest stomped in right there. Valentine enters the ring. The referee has to get him out of the way. Oh, big dropkick, botch, and now Ultimo Thunder misses as well. Major Attraction now. Look at this swinging neck breaker taking Ultimo Thunder down. And again, the big man gets the cover. Count of one this time as Dragon Noir dives in to break up the count, launches himself back over the ropes, and Eli Valentine's over there talking some trash. Major Attraction now. He's saying to Dragon Noir, you want to be in the match? You want to get in the ring? Well, get in the ring. Club across the back. The referees turn his attention now to Ultimo Thunder. He's got to count him out. And Major Attraction now. He's not even the legal man, but here he goes. He's going to go Major Power Bomb to Dragon Noir. Just ahead of their Hell in a Cell match. And on the outside, a big shoulder breaker from Ultimo Dragon. Oh my god, folks, Major Attraction with that T-bone salute to the troops throw. He's hit him with all of the big guns, and now he's taking Ultimo down with an elbow, turning his attention back to Dragon, bouncing the head off the mat, saying, I think I heard him say, you think you can take my title? He bounces the head of Dragon Noir off that mat, and Ultimo Thunder having a bit of fun in the ring now, and he launches himself over the top rope again. A somersault senton takes Major Attraction down. Ultimo Thunder loves to fly. The legal men now on the outside. Thunder gets whipped back in. Major can't take his eyes off of Dragon Noir. He's not the legal man, but look at this tag team offense again. Dragon Noir tosses Major in. Ultimo Thunder sees the opportunity to hit a leg drop, and now a side Dragon leg sweep, bounces the arm off the mat, and now Ultimo Thunder makes the tag to Dragon Noir. Not sure if this is wise. He's already taken a lot of offense, but here we go, folks. Dragon Noir, he's got Major up. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. He's got him in. Locked. One. And Eli Valentine breaks up the count at 1. I thought the ref was a bit slow to get down for that one. Maybe he was as shocked as I am to see Dragon Noir lift Major Attraction so cleanly. And oh my god, he's done it. The Dragonfly. Dragon flies. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 by the world's heavyweight champion. Major Attraction hitting the big guns of Dragon Noir. Dragon Noir hitting his big guns of Major Attraction. And now a kick to the gut. He's got him up. And folks, look at this. He's got the leg hooked. Ref's down for the count, and Eli Valentine says no. Eli Valentine lost to Dragon Noir recently on Tombstone TV, and he is not gonna let Major Attraction lose like that. Oh, Dragon goes for the knee, misses. Major now up, scoops Dragon into the air, falls back with a slow suplex, and now all the weight of Major Attraction across the chest. But Dragon kicks out at 1, and even if he hadn't, Ultimo was there to break the count anyway. Dragon now, look at this arm drag, takes Major Attraction down. And he's rolled through. He's got a leg bar in. Leg bar. Eli Valentine's in to break it up. Break up that submission. Dragon Noir now. Elbow across the throat of Eli Valentine. This might be Dragon Noir's moment to shine. Dragon Noir now. Dragon. Major Attraction into the corner of Noir. Thunder. And look at this. Elbow from Major. Elbow from Thunder. Oh, neck breaker. Major's taken down. Dragon Noir might have it. Oh, he goes for that knee again and misses. That Noir knee. And look at that running STO. Major Attraction takes Dragon Noir down. Makes the tag. Eli Valentine back in the ring. The already weakened Noir struggles to get to his feet. Eli now locks up and scoops Dragon and releases him behind. Eli measuring Noir. Mocking Dragon Noir. Eli Valentine. This guy sure knows how to play the game, and he's up. Uppercut to Dragon. Dragon fighting back. Elbows to the midsection. Dragon Noir, big elbow to the face of Eli Valentine. And now he's snuck in behind. Look at, oh my god, look at this. Dragon rocking Eli. Now Dragon taking the opportunity to tag in the freshman. Ultimo Thunder, I still genuinely cannot believe that these guys have to tag up. Oh my god, double footsteps, and Eli Valentine gets the cover. That's a 1, and Dragon gets in and kicks Eli from behind, breaking up that count. Dragon turned his attention to Major Attraction, affording Eli the opportunity to sneak up behind, and look at this with a package driver. Valentine taking Dragon down. Dragon rolls to the outside. Eli makes the tag. Major Attraction eats a clothesline. Ultimo Thunder turning his attention to the heavyweight champ. He eats the major clothesline. And now Major Attraction gets a 1, a 2, and a 3. Ultimo Thunder pinned in his return match. Episode 20, main event of Tombstone TV, and the team of Eli Valentine and Major Attraction win. Eli went, folks, in 20 weeks. He lost First match on episode 1 Tombstone TV, and he has just won a main event here on Tombstone TV. Eli Valentine heads into the new year with momentum at his feet, and folks, the year will be bright for Eli Valentine. And guys, I don't think he's even on the Violent Night card. But guys, I'm getting breaking news in my ear here. I've just received word that prior to his return here tonight, Ultimo Thunder went to management and he's cashed in his future shot briefcase. Ultimo Thunder will be added to the main event of the Violent Night pay-per-view. It's now a triple threat match. You will have Major Attraction defending the World's Heavyweight Championship against not just the #1 contender, Dragon Noir, but also the future shot holder, Ultimo Thunder. From enemies to teammates to enemies again, everything is to play for the main event of Violent Night. The most violent night of the year. Come back this weekend, folks. I hope you can join us for our free premium live event. I cannot wait for Violent Night. Triple threat, Hell in a Cell, main event, Major Attraction, Dragon Noir, and Ultimo Thunder. This is Major Attraction's biggest challenge yet. Will he retain? Who's going into the new year? Who will start 2024 as the CWS World's Heavyweight Champion? Find out with me this weekend at Violent Night. Thanks for joining us. As always, I've been your host, Full of Fun Awesome. Like, share, subscribe. Leave comments. Tell us what you like. Tell us what you don't like. Most importantly, enjoy the content, guys. A championship wrestling series where wrestling is all fun and games. Thank you.